Hi, it's Miss Lynn, and in this video, I'll be discussing um, here a simple CAPS programmer model. And this model is a simple sensor model, and it contains or consists of three main components. The first one is the smart card reader, the second is display, and the third is the door lock actuator. So first of all, starting from the first component, the smart card reader, it has three modes: the orient mode, the decide mode, and the observe mode. So starting from the observe mode, in this mode, all we have is smart card, and this smart card has to be scanned by this SEL, and this is gonna take the card, scan it, and gives the unique ID of this card. So each person has a unique ID of his smart card. So here, if we the amount of IDs or different special IDs that we get means it gives us the kind of people that we have in the room. That means if we get three unique different IDs, that means that we have three different people in the room. Okay, so after scanning the card and getting the kind of people that we have in the room, we will do in the orient mode some checks. And using this case, we have to do some validation check for the scanned card. And if the card number is approved, if it's valid, then it's going to enter immediately to the decide mode. I will be talking about after a little bit. And here, if it's invalid, then if the ID of the card, the scanned card ID is not valid, then it will give a message invalid value. So here, the first case, if the ID is valid, then it's gonna enter the decide mode. And here in the decide mode, what we have is some predefined rules, as you can see right here, the cases that we have for entering the room. So we get the number of people, we get the ID of each card, and here we have to check for those people depending on some rules that we have right here. So here in this example, we focus on three rules. The first one is if the count of persons inside the room must be lower than the room capacity. So if not, it's gonna give us that the room is full. Second of all, here the smart card level must be higher than or equal to the smart card reader level. This is so obvious. And here, the third one, that the time must lie within the opening and the closing hours for the room. So if all the rules have been satisfied, the card holder is allowed to enter the room, and a message is sent through the output message, this port, to the smart card reader. Um, Using this port message, then this is going to be sent to the door lock actuator component. Otherwise, if any of those rules just fails, a message is sent from the output message port of the smart card reader component to the input message of the display component right here to this component. Okay, so let's talk now about the door lock actuator component. And this component is responsible for opening the door. And it has one mode called execute open door. When this mode receives an active message from here to the input, to this input message port of this component, um, um, if we get the active message from to this component, the door lock actuator is enabled for 10 seconds. Here we have a timer, as you can see right here. So it's going to be open for 10 seconds, as we put right here. We'll open it for 10 seconds, and this period is defined by countdown timer, which has been activated. And after this within seconds the door will be disabled. We will disable this actuator. As a result, the door is closed. And this event will trigger sending message action, and we'll send a welcome message right here through this message action. And we'll send it in order to be sent to the display component. So the display component displays messages for the smart card holder, and it has only one mode, which is called updating, and it is responsible for displaying messages. So we take the message that we receive from other components through the input port of this component. So here we have the input mode. We receive the message from the door lock, and here we display. So this is all basically a very simple sensor for counting the number of people and entering the room depending on some rules. Thank you.